everyone. I am Nandini working as an assistant professor with 8 years of experience in the education institutions. And today we are going to learn about the importance of a chapter called SQL in the computer science. So SQL stands for Structured Query Language. So it is a very important chapter which almost covers 15 marks for your board exams. So from each and every session you will get the questions from the SQL. So basically it starts from the data types. They'll mention you, they'll ask you what are the different types of data, mention them, and what are the different types of constraints we use for that. Okay, so data types defines the value of data which have to be provided while creation of the queries. So constraints are nothing but the limitations or the restrictions what we impose on the queries. So for this we have default, null. Okay, if you write those important points, it is very easy to remember also. Then coming to the keys. After the keys, we will have types of functions. So types of functions plays a very major role in the form of MCQs and the 5 marks questions. So types of functions include two types: single row functions and the multiple row functions. Single row functions are also known as scalar functions. Multiple row functions are also known as aggregate functions. The name itself it teaches you single row means it will only useful to pressurize in the only one query, the single row of functions. So in that you have three different types: date function, string functions, and the numerical functions or the arithmetical functions. The string function you can know string uppercase, string lowercase, substring, position of the string, like that. Coming to the numerical functions, you have square root, modular, and the floor division. Coming to the date function, you can write today's date, month, year, like that. Depending upon the requirement of the user, you can just use the queries for the three different things. Then coming to the aggregate functions. In the aggregate functions, you have maximum, you can write minimum, you can write count, average, sum, like that. So multiple row functions will be on the different queries of SQL. So that is the difference between single row functions and the multiple row functions. For the 2 marks, they will ask you write the or mention the difference between the single row and the multiple. So first you have to write the definition and then you have to insert the functions what is there, single row functions and the multiple row functions. Apart from that, they will ask you what is the use of create command or create a table with the syntax. So when you are writing any statements in the SQL, syntax is mandatory for the creation, for the insertion, for the alter also. So in the alter table, you just add some new constraints or the attributes to the column. And coming to the drop table, if you want to delete anything permanently in the database, you will use the drop command. Okay, so there is a huge difference between the delete command and the drop command. So delete command will delete the topics permanently. When you want to drop a table in a SQL, you have to use the drop command. So these are the different areas. And when coming to the MCQ point of view, like operators, we can call it as substring pattern matching. So we use the like operator with the percentage symbol. So last time also they have asked you many questions from this pattern matching. So please be thorough with this particular concepts and the clauses also. We have order by clause and the functional clause. So order by clause is nothing but based on the ascending order or the descending order will group the data. Then, so these are the different types of questions or the areas from which you can expect the questions from the SQL. So please thorough with the commands also. They will ask you what is DDL, what is DML. So DDL is nothing but data definition language. So we will use create command for the DDL, data definition language. So DML is nothing but the data manipulation language. Manipulation is nothing but changing the existing data which is present. So for this we will use alter command. It is nothing but DML, data manipulation language. So last time they have asked these two also, abbreviate DDL and DML, or write the functions where DDL and DML are applicable. So from the MCQ point of view, you can easily be thorough with the languages DDL and DML. And they'll ask you what is the difference between the order by and the group by clauses. Clauses are nothing but the condition. So based on the requirement of the user's condition, you have to use the clauses. And coming to the operations, what we do on the SQL, we have union, we have intersection, and we have the difference and Cartesian product. So union is nothing but combining the data from both the tables and making it as a one table. So we denote the union with the symbol called U. Then comes the intersection. Intersection will take only the values which are repeated in both the tables. So that is nothing but the intersection part. We will denote it with the ulta, reverse U. Then comes the difference. Difference means we will just delete the other table. We will just take the elements which are present in the one table. Next one, Cartesian product. Very important. It just multiplies the total number of values which are present in both the values. They will ask to mention the operations which are performed on the SQL. You can write union, intersection, cell difference and the Cartesian product. These are the four important concepts of the operations. So please be thorough with each and every concept of SQL because it carries about 15 marks in your board exam. And the last topic is nothing but join operator. So if you want to join any two tables, we use different types of operators. So with the help of these operators only, you can join any two tables in the SQL. Thank you.